Hi everybody, welcome back to Sassy Style. This week is things millennials couldn't do without their phone. Well, in all fairness, I'm pretty sure the vast majority of us would suffer without them. The first thing that would go is the selfie, because no one's arms are long enough for a regular camera. Nobody would be able to pay each other back anymore. Before we had to bring this paper stuff. And when you were hanging out with people, if you didn't want to talk to them anymore, too freaking bad. Couldn't just pick your phone up and distract yourself. You had to come up with something interesting to say. People actually had to be entertaining all by themselves. Self-validation would go out the window, because unless it's on social media, did it really happen? Pretty sure no one would get out of bed anymore, because I use my phone as an alarm clock. My very first alarm clock was a dog that would bark at me and say, "Good morning, I love you." Everyone would be totally lost, because no one would have any directions, or you'd have to rely on people for them. And when I was younger, there was a book, and when the road ended on the end of the page, it'd be flip to page 79. You have to flip back and forth just to figure out where you were going. Not to mention, if you wanted to figure out another route, you literally had to find it. There'd be no filters. Everybody would just have to be as is. What a scary thought. And if you wanted to know how many steps you took that day, you had to count them, which I don't think anybody really ever did. When you wanted to share pictures with someone, you actually had to print it out and give it to them. Books were all on paper, and they were dead weight when you carried them around. Dating, you actually had to go outside and talk to people. Couldn't just swipe them. Games. If you wanted to break bricks, you actually had to go outside and Jackie Chan that shit. And nobody ever signed up for Scrabble or Monopoly, because that took 4 hours out of your life. And solitaire could potentially be ruined by a light breeze or a heavy breath. Nobody got to use Snatch Chat to take 25 different drafts of a naked picture. You had to show up and just look good. And you didn't just get to carry around your whole iTunes library in your hand, because before iPods, there were Walkmans, and so you had to carry your CDs around. I'm dating myself. To keep in touch with people, you couldn't just like their picture on social media. You actually had to go through your own personal little book of phone numbers and call them. Yeah, it took forever. Not to mention you had phone numbers memorized after having dialed them a whole bunch. Nowadays, if I was stranded without my phone, the only person I could call would be my sister. And that's because we used to share a phone number. Thanks for tuning in to Sassy Style by The Sassy Lassie. And as always, you stay sassy, because I know I will.